nature of consciousness. Consciousness is a manifestation of spirit, not matter. Nothing gives us consciousness. We are already conscious because we are spiritual beings. In this universe, there are two types of energy: spiritual as well as material. When spiritual energy combines with matter, its qualities of life, consciousness, knowledge, happiness, and eternity are subordinated or covered by the material body. The conscious, living spark of energy is located in the region of the heart, identifies with the body, and can only experience the world through the body's senses in accordance with the body's development. The true nature of spirit is hidden, but it is expressed through the body in the desire to live, the desire for knowledge, and the desire for happiness. In this world, anything that is alive is the result of the union of spirit and matter. Matter is always dead and spirit is always alive, but when they combine, the conscious spiritual energy identifies with the dead material body that appears to be alive due to its contact with spirit. When metal comes into contact with an electrical source, it electrifies. When it is disconnected, it does not electrify. When a part of the body is disconnected from the spirit, it reverts to dead matter. However, when it is connected, it appears to be alive, electrified, because consciousness pervades the body from the spiritual spark or soul located in the region of the heart. By identifying with the body, we believe we will die, that happiness will come through the mind and senses, and that we should learn about matter. All consciousness is fundamentally equal, but when it is contained within a material body, it is constrained by that body. Animal consciousness, insects, fish, plants, reptiles, and so on can only experience the world through the body that they have, so they do not cross any boundaries set by their body. These constraints are not as strictly enforced in humans. A human has more freedom to choose their actions, as well as the ability to wonder about things that go beyond matter. Because humans' consciousness is less covered than that of animals, they understand the concepts of good and bad. It is sometimes claimed that human consciousness is more evolved than animal consciousness. This isn't entirely correct. Some bodies, however, allow more of the pure consciousness to manifest than others. Because mammals have larger bodies that allow for more consciousness, they can interact and reciprocate with humans more than insects or reptiles. A light can be covered with colored plastic films and still retain its brightness and original white color. When those coverings are removed, the light shines brighter and shows less color. When all of the coverings are removed, the light will be restored to its original brightness. Because the consciousness is similarly covered by various layers of ignorance, passion, and goodness, there are a plethora of different types of consciousness observable in various bodies. Through the manipulation of matter and the various DNA codes, spiritual energy creates a body around itself. The consciousness then manifests through the body as the body matures. If the body is damaged, consciousness will not manifest properly because it is dependent on the body. It cannot think or act independently of the mechanisms in the body. If the brain is damaged, consciousness is limited to the extent of the damage. The consciousness can leave the gross body but remain connected via the subtle body and re-enter it, but once the soul severs all connection with the gross body, it cannot re-enter it except through certain mystic processes that are no longer practiced. It is critical to understand that, despite being used interchangeably, consciousness and awareness are not the same thing. Awareness is pure, whereas consciousness is a mixed derivative of awareness. Consciousness is bounded, awareness is limitless. Consciousness is noise, while awareness is silence. Consciousness is illusory, whereas awareness is true. Awareness is unity, whereas consciousness is dual. Consciousness is lacking, awareness is perfect. Consciousness is matter, whereas awareness is immaterial. Consciousness is the ego, while awareness is the self. God is awareness, and consciousness is God's manifestation. However, consciousness can be quieted so that awareness can shine. When one meditates and relaxes, awareness remains constant but appears to become more noticeable due to a reduction in noise. We begin to see silence as more real than noise as we get closer to deep quiescence. Identity shifts at some point. We transition from conscious to aware. That is the paradigm shift of the Enlightenment.